Hey everybody, it's the Van Show, and today I'm talking to my friend Joe Whittemore.
Hi.
Say hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Hey yo.
Zing.
Got him. Now, Joe, you're on the show because we want to know a little bit about you.
I'm Joe Whittemore, and I write books for middle grade students and young adults. And I like to write about humor, and I like to write about underdogs. So I incorporate both of those things into my stories. And I like to write something that kids can inspire kids and motivate them and make them realize that they can pretty much do anything.
So you've got a big life event coming up soon, I hear.
I do, yes.
Do you want to tell us a little bit about it?
I've got a bun, not a hot dog bun, in the oven. So my husband and I are going to have a baby in September.
Ooh.
We're very excited. So Joe Whittemore, that's my writing name. So, yeah.
I see.
And J-Rod is my street name.
J-Rod?
Yeah, J. Rodriguez. Joe Rodriguez.
They call you J-Rod?
Nobody does, but I would like it to catch on.
All right. Well, J-Rod, now I'm going to call you that.
Perfect.
J-Rod, we want to know a little bit more about you, specifically about writing, because you're a writer.
Yes.
Now, were you always a writer, or did you have other occupations before that?
I actually did. I graduated from college, and I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car as a car renter-outer person. And you can see that I'm a writer because I'm good with words.
Yeah, did it say that on your name tag?
Yes.
Joe, car renter-outer person.
They call it manager-trainee, but it was actually I would vacuum cars and wash cars and lease cars out to people for rentals. Yes, I always wanted to be a writer, but I didn't realize it was something that normal, everyday people could do until I saw one of my favorite authors, Terry Brooks. He wrote the Shannara Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I saw him speaking, and he was talking about how he practiced law during the day when he was starting out, and then he would write at night. And that's when I realized, oh my gosh, normal people can do this job. I could be a writer. And so from that point forward, I started writing, and I got away from the rental cars, and now I just go there to rent them for myself, not for other people.
What was the first book that you actually got published?
My first book, it was a fantasy trilogy, and it was called The Silverskin Legacy.
So were you always into fantasy?
I thought I would always be writing fantasy. And so that's when I started out, I was like, I'm only going to do fantasy. This is all I have. And my agent at the time actually encouraged me to try writing contemporary humor. And I was like, I'm a fantasy girl. I don't do that. No, it's below me. Right, exactly. So, but she was like, just give it a try. You have a good sense of humor. So I was like, okay, I will try. I tried, and it was so much fun. I had so much fun writing it, and I had so much fun hearing from kids who loved reading the stories and could relate to them, that after that I wrote, I want to say 8 more books that were contemporary humor before I got into doing the Supergirl books.
Wow.
In a world.
There you go.
In a world where random citizens are suddenly developing superpowers, how can Supergirl deal with that? Does she let them keep the powers, or does she take the power back? So that's kind of the summary of this first one. It's all throughout National City, people are developing powers. She's not sure where they're getting the powers. Some of them are using the powers for good, but unfortunately, some people are also using them for evil. And so it becomes how much power should people have? Can you be a superhero without powers?
Have you thought about writing for actual comic books?
I have, and it's in the comic world. Usually, they want you to have the writer and the artist contribute at the same time. They submit to a publisher at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So I would have to find an artist because I tried drawing. It didn't turn out well.
No. Really?
It looked very, and no offense to you because you're adorable.
Well, thank you.
But my characters had this kind of puppety essence.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been great.
Now, do you have any questions for me? Have you ever asked a puppet anything before?
I have not.
Would you like to? This is your golden opportunity.
How do you hear? Because you have horns, but you don't have ears.
Well, that's a very good question. I hear all around. I have this this kind of fur patina that vibrates.
This is all millions of ears.
Well, kind of like the little hairs inside your ears.
Oh, okay.
So my whole body hears stuff.
You're a giant ear.
That's right.
Okay.
So don't yell at me. It really
hurts.
hurts.
Keep my voice down.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Goodbye.